여성의 지위 향상과 발전을 위해 일하는 세계적 봉사단체 존타 클럽의 한국지구 대회가 지난 26일부터 27일까지 코엑스 인터컨티넨탈 호텔에서 열렸습니다. 존타 클럽은 전 세계 경영, 전문직 여성들이 참여하는 봉사단체로 1919년 미국에서 처음 시작됐습니다. 현재 전 세계 65개국 3만 2천여 명의 회원이 활동하고 있으며 한국에서는 2년에 한 번씩 전국의 회원들이 모이는 한국지구 대회를 개최합니다. 특히 이번 대회에는 릭 맥킨지 존타 클럽 국제회장이 참가해 한국 여성의 사회적 지위 개선에 관해 이야기를 나눴습니다. 이동훈 기자가 릭 맥킨지 회장을 만나서 이야기를 나눠봤습니다.
존타 클럽 지금 회장을 맡고 계신데 존타 클럽이 어떤 활동을 하는 조직인지 말씀 좀 해주세요.
Zonta is an international service organisation. We've got over 30,000 members in 65 different countries, and what we're concerned about and committed to is improving the status of women worldwide.
여성의 그런 인권 문제나 학대, 차별 이런 문제에 대해서 좀 많이 다루고 계신데 이제 전 세계적인 그런 현황이나 지금 어느 정도 심각하다 이런 걸 좀 말씀해 주시면 어떨까요?
The World Health Organization this year describes it as a major problem of epidemic proportion. It's a largely silent issue. It occurs in people's homes. It can be physical violence, it can be mental violence, and it is significant for us because it means that a significant, or at least 50% of the population, or the people that are subjected to violence are unable to contribute to their community and economically. So very, very significant issue and largely unreported.
한국도 여성 지위가 이렇게 높은 편은 아니라고 나왔다는데 그 부분에 대해서 한국의 현황은 어떤지 좀 말씀해 주시겠어요?
You have a woman president, which is really, really good. But I think you've about 16% of your National Assembly are women. And the 2012 Global Gender Gap Report suggests even though you're the 13th largest economy and the 4th largest in Asia, you're ranked 108 out of 132 countries in terms of gender equality. So there's some room to move.
그럼 그런 식으로 이제 한국이 지위가 그러니까 경제적인 수준에 비해서는 지위가 높지 않다는 말씀이신데 그런 이유가 뭐라고 생각하시는지 혹시 좀 얘기를 들어볼 수 있을까요?
I think you need to look at what proportion of women are in leadership roles, and essentially the message is gender does matter. And you need to look at the number of women in leadership roles in the private sector, in Samsung and other organisations you have, in Parliament, in your National Assembly, in the not-for-profit centre. Where are women in there, and why aren't they represented in places that matter? And the other thing is what your society expects of women, because the research is showing unconscious bias in terms of expectations placed on that little baby girl impacts on what they believe they can do. So I can't tell you, but you can ask those questions. Someone once suggested that if you are a stockholder of a public company, when you go to the annual meeting, how many women are on the board or in senior management, and if there's very few, then why not? Because we know that they are capable and they are ready, but they're not always given the opportunity.
전반적으로 그런 상황에 대해서 만약에 존타 클럽에서 한 활동이랑 그런 내용들에 비춰서 어떤 식으로 이제 해결을 할 수 있을지.
What we are doing locally and globally is to promote women. It's really important that people like yourself make sure the ladder is going down so others can join you, and you keep so that there's no reason why you can't progress. So what we're doing is advocating for women to be in leadership roles. The evidence is compelling as to why they should be there. And what we're also doing is promoting women's education through scholarships locally, and also we have international scholarships. And we're also funding projects in the developing world to encourage women to reach their potential by providing basics like health, ensuring their health is good or ensuring their education is good.
이제 그런 여성들의 지위와 관련해서 한국 여성들에게 바라는 바가 있다면 어떤 게 있을까요?
Two things probably. Number one, what are you asking and expecting of your little baby girls? So that what expectations do you have that they will, what are their dreams and how are you helping them become a really good person, and so they can contribute not only to the community but into the wider economics of Korea. And the other question that really individually you can do a small amount. Collectively through volunteering with organisations like Zonta and others, you can make a difference not only within your own community but worldwide. And we live in a global world. Everyone's got cell phones. They can see what the temperature is in where I live or in New York or wherever. So I think it's really important that we encourage our children, particularly the girls, to think beyond local and think nationally and internationally. And places like Zonta give you an amazing network where you meet women from all over the world and men absolutely committed to making the world a better place for women.
앞으로 계획이 특별한 계획이 있으신지 활동과 관련해서 계획 있으시면 좀 말씀해 주시겠어요?
What we're trying to do is to look at increasing our visibility globally and using the campaign as a means of doing this. You know, we have just under 1,200 clubs and all engaged in violence against women work and advocacy work as well as promoting education. But we're not necessarily well known. So what we're trying to do is to mobilise our members in a common theme, not to do anything extra because they're doing it, but to actually bring forward the voice and ask the questions. And I think the question is, why not, why not? So by that I mean is, why wouldn't you have more women in Parliament? And because gender does matter, not why would you, but why would you not? So really important to ask that question, why not? And the world will be a better place.